Hey, we are Diet Rebels. Welcome to the group. I'm Vegan Coach Naomi, and tonight I have a live stream that was inspired by the Simone Biles story last night. Did you see on Netflix they have a new documentary about Simone Biles, the gymnast, who had a mental health crisis at the Tokyo Olympics a couple of years ago, and she's now making the comeback of her life. And in my brain, I just heard the words "stick it," and it reminded me of us. It reminded me of you, because isn't that what we all want to do? We want to stick to it. We want to stick it with this whole food, plant-based lifestyle so that we can lose the weight, so that we can regain our health, so that we can solve our health problems, get off the meds, right? So it occurred to me that we should discuss this, okay? So if you're on the live stream, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you can see me and hear me, and let's have a talk about this. So how are all these women experiencing these life-changing results with their whole food, plant-based lifestyle, right? You see them, they're dropping the pounds, they're dropping the meds, right? Their daily meds for chronic health conditions. They're dropping the emotional baggage about dieting and what to eat, like completely, right? And as you know, right, I'm sure you've heard this, success leaves clues. And it's so clear to me in facilitating these women, in watching how these women move for themselves, that they leave clues to how they are getting the results, sticking with it, and how they are getting the results, the health results that they want from this plant-based lifestyle. It's because of this one thing. And I'm going to tell you what it is and what you can do about it right now. So, what's the number one success clue? Okay? So what I've found it is, and you guys tell me, okay? Let me know if you're watching. Let me know that you're here. Let me know if this is true for you, that you want a lifestyle and not just another diet. Am I right about that? Is that what kind of women we are? Because when I first discovered this lifestyle, I didn't really know that. All I knew is that I was completely fed up with dieting and starving myself, right? But once you start to learn about this whole food, plant-based lifestyle, you don't want any more diets. You want to find a way to live that feels good, to where you're in it for the long haul. Let me know if you are in it for the long haul, okay? Because you know that real change takes time, right? It takes a hot minute to create that like healing momentum in your body at the cellular level. And that's what's going to stimulate the weight loss and the health results that you really want, solving your chronic health problems, reversing high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high glucose, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all of these kinds of things, right? And what I want to tell you guys is that your breakthrough with this might be just around the corner, okay? Maybe you just didn't give it enough time. And maybe you didn't have the support that you needed when something came up in your life that made it hard for you, right? That's when you need to like lean in. And there can be so much unlearning with this lifestyle, and sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Like, I'd love to hear something that you've had to unlearn. I can't really see any comments. Gail, if you're on here, let me know that you can hear me and see me. I can't really see the comments yet. Sometimes it just takes a little while. All right. Also, smash the hearts and likes button so that I know that you want a lifestyle and no more diets, okay? So the unlearning, here we go, the unlearning. Like, maybe you have to unlearn that protein is the most important thing. Maybe you have to unlearn that carbs are what your brain and your muscles really need in order to have energy. maybe you need to unlearn that whole starving, dieting, eat less mindset. Let me know if these are things that you think you need to unlearn, okay? Or maybe you were doing 80% of the things, for example, but maybe you're still eating oil. Maybe you didn't know about the vegan processed foods like the vegan butter and the vegan mayo. They contain oil. These vegan processed foods are going to hurt your health journey. They're not going to help you. Maybe you didn't know that. So maybe you were doing 80% of all the things. Maybe you were applying the 80-20 rule, right? Where you're like, well, I'm mostly doing it, right? But did you know that you need to go in all in, like 100% to see those results that you really want, which is dropping the weight steadily every week, right? Feeling your body regulate so that you don't need those medications. Maybe you just needed to go in, all in, 100%. Maybe you just need some help understanding what it is that you really need to eat, that you will love, right? And sticking with it long enough until the miracle happens so that you can see results, finding out what you're still eating, right? That's causing you not to lose weight. There's always a reason. If you're not losing weight, there's always a reason. And sometimes you need help to figure it out when you've tried on your own and you just don't know what else to do. Some things you do know right now. Like I said before, you've had it. Let me know if this is you, because this was me. You've had it with starving yourself and trying to keep track of macros, points, bright lines, and all of this dieting craziness where the whole point is eat less, eat less, eat less, right? Have you had enough of that yet? Like, let me know if you want to eat big, beautiful plates of food and feel satisfied and love it and see yourself losing weight and feeling the best that you've ever felt. Let me know if you want that. Let me know if you've had it with shiny object syndrome when it comes to what you eat. So like one day it's bowls of kale and smoothies and you're like, oh, I ate good. And next day you're like, oh, forget about it. I'm swinging through the drive-thru, right? On and off, back and forth. Especially when you're tired or stressed and you know it wreaks havoc on your mind and your body. So let's discuss these success clues so that we can see where you're at and where you might want to focus your energy so that you can lose the weight and solve your health problems and be in it for the long haul while living this type of lifestyle that you actually love. Because when you make it a lifestyle, right, and it's no longer a diet that you're going to go off of or fall off of, it's just the way that you live, that's when it becomes automatic and easy. And that's when you lose the weight and you solve your health problems. You don't have to worry about it again. All right, so I still can't see any comments, which stinks, but I know that you guys can see me. Keep leaving comments. I will go back to the live stream and answer all those comments, okay? As soon as we're done, okay? So success clue number 1 is gaining 100% conviction for this lifestyle. You know, I am a broken record. I talk about this all the time. It cannot be any more important that knowing about the medical evidence for this lifestyle is sound and vast and proven, right? Believing, because if you know that, then you are believing that you, yourself, can reverse and prevent your own chronic disease this way. Knowing that if you commit and you give yourself the time that you need to see these results. This means that you've seen all the documentaries where dozens of plant-based physicians explain the medical evidence for reversing chronic disease and maintaining your weight effortlessly this way. Means you've seen those documentaries. It means that you have heard and read several of the plant-based books written by the plant-based physicians, specifically the ones pertaining to your health condition. There is one pertaining to your health condition for every single health condition. So if you would like me to recommend one for you, put your health conditions that you're struggling with or that you want to overcome. Let me be more concrete about that. You want to overcome it, and I will drop you a book recommendation. So this way, if you read those books and you watch those documentaries, then you have some clarity on how this will work for you. And this includes being willing to give up fears of carbs, that carbs will make you fat, or that protein is not the most important thing when you're overweight and suffering from chronic health conditions caused by being overweight. Protein is not the important thing, okay? So maybe you need to be willing to learn that oil is not a health food. Healthy fats are not a thing when you're suffering from a health condition caused by being overweight. And those are high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high glucose, prediabetes, and type 2 diabetes, and all of the symptoms and risk factors that go with those. All right? So if you don't have that conviction, right, you're not 100% on that, then watch those documentaries. If you need the list, comment documentaries list, and me or one of my green goddesses, Gail or Susan, will send that list to your Facebook Messenger. Okay? So you want to research this until the approach you want to take becomes crystal clear and you believe that it's going to work for you. Okay? You honestly feel that there is no plan B and you're never going back to the standard American diet ever again. That's got to be the mindset. That's the success clue. Okay? All right. So let's move on to success clue number 2. Okay? And that is, I touched on it just before, which is going all in, 100% eating delicious whole food plant-based dishes and meals. So not 80%, not 90%, not 97%, because that extra 3%, 5%, 10%, or 20% is where your results are. Okay, this is how you heal your body on the inside at the cellular level over time. It happens over time, so that your body can release the extra fat and regulate all body systems. And this is important to bring down high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high glucose, inflammation levels, all down to the normal levels, right? This is how you get off your medications when you don't need them anymore. But what we find is that going 80% or 90% is not enough for most people to fully reverse these chronic health conditions, right? And it might take your body a hot minute for your body to catch up with what you're doing and what your mind is thinking. Right? Because I always say that this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, it's not a lose weight quick scheme of any kind. Right? You've heard me constantly say that. And that we do it without counting calories, carbs, points, without starving or skipping meals, no more dieting. Right? That's how we're doing it. So this occurred to me also while I was watching the gymnastics. Like, you know how when we all start a new exercise plan, or you start in with a trainer or something like that? Tell me the truth. We know it's going to take months before we're going to see any kind of, muscle happening, right? We know it's going to take months. We have to gird our loins that it's going to take months. And the medical evidence supports that, and we've accepted that. It's exactly the same with weight loss. And I don't know why we've been conditioned to think it should happen any faster. Why do we think that? Right? It's that dieting mindset where we should lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. That's what I learned when I was 16 years old and my mother went on a diet. Tell me when you learned it. So I know personally that it took me about a year to lose the 42 extra pounds that I've been carrying around my entire adult life. And over that time, I took back the power and the responsibility for my health after breast cancer treatment 10 years ago and kept it off this whole food plant-based way. And I went and got help from an integrative oncologist to help me do that. And I studied these books and this research, and I got the cookbook and I went and did it. And I did it. Okay? Now, Sure. I'm not downplaying that it could be hard to lose weight when you are conditioned to think it should be fast and you've already tried every diet under the sun and you yourself have lost 50 pounds in 4 months before starving yourself. Let me know if that's you. And so I know that it's hard to take, that it takes time, but let's face it. Some of you are beyond ready to see your blind spots and achieve the success with this lifestyle that you want. So what if it took you a year to lose the weight and resolve all your health problems? So what if it took a year? That's like a drop in the bucket compared to the 10 or 20 years you've been in pain, gaining weight, or suffering these health problems. Like, how long have you been suffering these health problems? Let me know in the comments. For me, it was about 30 years or 40. I got cancer at the age of 47, and I started dieting at the age of 16. So somebody do the math for me and tell me, how many years did I suffer? All right? What would it mean to you to take back your next 20 years, stepping into the role model for health and wellness that you really want to be for your family and in your life? And I know that that's who you want to be. I know because countless of you have told me that. So let's take a look quickly. I'm going to give you the quick Cliff's Notes at what's happening on the inside when you go 100% all in on this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle. And I wrote myself notes so I don't get lost. All right? Number one, your entire gut microbiome is experiencing a makeover to repopulate itself into a lean, mean, digestive machine with all the good bacteria it needs for pushing out the toxic sludge of animal foods and food chemicals that have built up there for decades. Has it been decades? For digesting plants and getting the nutrition into the bloodstream in the most efficient way that you could imagine, out to all your organ systems to be used the most efficient way possible. That's what's happening in your gut. Now, you're eating so much fiber now that it's literally pushing all the fat out of your gallbladder, your liver, your arteries, your cells, every place that it's been gumming up that system, whatever system it is, whether it's your arteries, your cells, your gallbladder, your fatty liver, all the things, right? And causing the dysregulation of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high glucose. This is how we lose the weight and how the blood pressure, cholesterol, and high glucose normalizes, comes down into normal, so that you no longer need the meds. And then the doctors test your blood chemistry and they're like, oh, hey, your cholesterol is normal. Oh, hey, your A1C is down. We can reduce some of these meds. Oh, hey, we can half your blood pressure meds in half. Like, this is how we do it. So this is why you want to make it your lifestyle. Because with short-term diets where you just change for a little while, the weight and the chronic illness comes right back. Let me know if you've experienced that, where you lost all the weight, you got off some meds or something, and then you fell back into it because some shit happened in your life, right? Life happens. Something happened, you fell off of it, you did not have any support or any place to help you with it, and all the chronic health conditions came right back. What a shame. That's why we need a lifestyle, a forever way that feels good. All right, you're getting so many anti-inflammatory vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, antioxidants, and fluids more than ever before. So that's why you instantly feel better. You sleep better. So even though the change at the cellular level takes time to reverse the condition that's happened in the dysregulated condition happening in your body, it actually starts from day one. And you start sleeping better. You start instantly feeling better. And a few weeks later, and you might not be huffing and puffing so much. You feel you have more energy for your day, whether it's a full work day for you and then family at home, or it's something like running up and down after the grandkids and taking care of them. All right? What else is happening on the inside? You notice that your taste buds have changed. You feel them changing, and you really want the fruit. Your sugar cravings have completely subsided. Your voracious appetite, it just kind of like left. You don't know where it went. And that's because when you make the food delicious and you eat all the carbs, you're satisfied with what you're eating. And this kills the crazy cravings and the overeating of the past. And you make good choices and you notice that and you feel good about it and it's delicious. All right, so you're eating delicious food, but you're losing weight and feeling better without starving yourself, and this heals the dieting mindset. So look at all this healing that's happening. It's like step by step by step by step, but we don't know which step comes first in our particular bodies. We don't know what she's doing in there. We have to give her the time to do it though. Sheesh. So, this is what heals the dieting mindset that's been following you for decades. So it's my particular coaching point of view that unless you take the time to figure out how this lifestyle is going to be delicious and doable in your life, that's the only way it's going to become a long-term lifestyle. And I don't see any other gurus talking about that. They're telling you to have steamed vegetables and potatoes. They're telling you to keep it bland, make it boring, skip breakfast, do this. I'm like, no, smoothies all day. No, that's not a lifestyle. Starving's not a lifestyle. And plain steamed vegetables and potatoes is not a lifestyle that you can live with other people or even yourself. It's just not a lifestyle. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so altogether, you can see that the weight loss on the scale and you see it on your body, like happening at the same time. You feel the other physical changes, the no more huffing and puffing, and this leads to emotional changes. So the women that I work with have said, and we have a health transformation tracker that tracks this, they have said they feel empowered, they feel hopeful, they feel peaceful, and they feel proud of themselves. Who wants to feel that way? That's what lights my soul up, is to see women saying that about themselves. The longer you eat this way, the more chance of success that you're going to feel and have, even though the changes start from day one. And so all of these changes happening from going all in 100% on the food, this reduces the strong emotion tied to weight loss and the fear of failure, so that you feel a lot more neutral about stepping on the scale. It takes time, week after week, because now you know exactly what you're doing to lose the weight and how you will keep it off. And if you stuck to your 100% delicious plan that you created for yourself, that is delicious and doable for you, that I help you create, then you can relax that if you didn't lose weight this week, you will next week, and that you're doing great, and that we're not dieting. You always have to remember that. Okay, so now success clue number 3, the final thing, is that you have to be truthful and honest with yourself that you're willing to drop the dieting mindset. It's a very difficult one, and sever the connection between your emotions and food. Okay? Like I said, once your anxiety about losing weight is calmed down because you see it working for you, while loving what you're eating, then you can begin to turn some of that attention toward handling the very real ups and downs of life in a healing and helpful way to yourself, instead of turning to whatever junk food was at hand or easiest that you used to do or that you used to fall back on. Because that's when all your knowledge that you had and your conviction and your 100% is going to be sabotaged, right? So we have to work on this. These things, these triggers, we could call them, because I think you guys understand what I mean when I say that. They could be people, places, things, thoughts, feelings, circumstances, events, or just plain waking up on the wrong side of the bed. You know how like not every day feels amazing? Like sometimes you're just like bleh or meh. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's not even talking about PMS. Like I'm menopausal and some days I wake up and I'm just like not as like naturally high on life as I am like right now. So the old way is getting thrashed about by your emotions, keeping it all inside, and then coping by turning to junk food and also negative self-talk, TV watching, alcohol, shopping, and scrolling. I know about scrolling. I am an online entrepreneur. If I start to feel down about something, I can like quickly turn to scrolling. I know, I understand. We are all real women here, and that's why we need to talk about real life and being honest. None of those things are going to solve the real need that you have. None of those things are going to heal you, and over time they harm us, right? Which is your favorite one? Is it Netflix? Is it shopping? Is it alcohol? Is it beating yourself up, negative self-talk? So finding like these real inputs and real outlets to solve real physical and emotional needs that human beings have are what's going to be healing to your mind, body, and soul. And this is going to help solve the problem of whatever caused the overeating and the chronic illness to develop in the first place and to go on for so long. So let me give you guys some very real examples. You might want to take notes right now. So for stress, for example, we need to have ways to calm our bodies and minds and stay in the present moment. For boredom, and write down ideas that you have for this. For boredom, we need to have ways to become involved, to become active, and interested in things that spark joy for us. We need to figure out what that is. We have been numbing it and not speaking up for so long that very often women don't know how they would like to spend their day and what they would actually love to do and feel. So I understand that. All right, where was I? We need to find ways to have connection and reach out when we're lonely. And when we're tired, we really need to be aware that, oh, I'm actually physically tired. And we need to find and know some ways that we enjoy resting, whether it's sleeping, reading, meditating, or a movie. Choosing to watch a movie is not the same as just mindlessly watching Netflix for 9 hours, right? And this is the same with all of our negative emotions, but also our positive ones, like celebrating and rewarding ourselves. There's so much more to life than let's go out and eat. Let's go meet for coffee. Let's have cake. Let's get her a cake. Let's take them out to dinner. There is so much more to life than just eating junk food. So these activities, they help you regulate your own emotions, and it takes time to relearn and practice these muscles. These real self-care activities heal you from whatever caused the overeating in the first place. So, to recap, and feel free to ask me any questions, and I will respond when I get off this live stream and I can see all the comments, because I just can't see any comments now. Oh, I just saw the comments. They're coming. Yay. Linda said, 31 years I suffered. Donna said, gaining and losing the same weight for years. Bethany, nice to see you. Yes, no stress. Definitely, definitely. Okay, so here are the success clues. I'm just going to recap. So having 100% conviction in this lifestyle, right? Going all in, 100% eating whole food, plant-based, no oil, and giving it the time that you need, that it takes, right? And the third one is being willing to let go of the dieting behavior and the habit of turning to food for whatever ails us. Those are the three basic success clues, right? But I want you to check in with yourself. Do you really want a new lifestyle, or are you just looking for a diet, a quick weight loss scheme, right? Do you have that conviction? Because it's got to be a hard yes and also a right now thing in order to make these life-changing shifts like a reality in your life. So really check in with yourself and see if you do. So some examples are like that my clients come to me with is like, the doctor says your cholesterol's high and is threatening medications. Another client, her doctor said the way that she could avoid her uterine cancer coming back was to lose weight. And she was like, how am I supposed to do that? I've been trying to do that for decades. These are the types of things that happen. Another client of mine, her husband had a massive coronary heart attack, and she was like, holy shit, we better get our shit together. For me, it was the breast cancer smacked me in the face. Other people have family members suffering these debilitating conditions, losing legs and limbs and eyesight, dying young, being debilitated in their old age. Like, it's really so hard to watch and to be in that sandwich generation where that's happening. So you want to really check in with yourself, and this might also show you where you want and need help when whatever you've tried already is not getting you the results that you want. So this is the very important and valuable work I do with you. When you join my 6-month Diet Rebel weight loss and health transformation program, and this way you give yourself the support, the systems, the knowledge, the specific knowledge that you might be missing to make this whole food, plant-based, no oil way lifestyle delicious and doable for you in your life, and giving you yourself the time that you need to practice your new thoughts and behaviors while having that support for the very real ups and downs of real life throughout that until you reach your weight loss goals. So you don't get pulled off course by life happening, right? And by life happening, that means there are tragedies that are happening, and there are celebrations that are happening, and there are vacations that are happening, and there's all kinds of things happening constantly in women's lives. And we want support for all of those things so we don't get pulled off course until our lifestyle is automatic for us. So you know exactly what you want to eat to make this a lifestyle you love that works for you. And so that you have a lifeline to lose the weight and solve your health problems. So would you like to join us? Just comment Diet Rebel and I will reach out to you in Facebook Messenger to chat about it, and I can get you all the details there. But I would love to also hear anything that you are taking away from this live stream to where you want to focus on it so that you have the weight loss and success with solving your health problems. That is the very real reality of this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle. Okay, everybody, that's it for tonight's live stream, tonight's Stick It live stream. That's what we're doing in this group, and that's my very real dream for all of you, that we stick it with this lifestyle. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.